yeah, do a lot of cool stuff. Sub up, come back. We'll be back on in about 5. Jump in.
Hello, everybody. So I mention sometimes I try not to mention other YouTubers. When I do, it's all in good, and sometimes it's a plug, or it's just an interesting moment. So I still can't seem to refine that one that she had said in her video. Sometimes they take a while to process or whatever. I've never seen that, but I do know that sometimes once a live finishes, it goes to private mode. Um, Not mine, but anywho, and I just had an interesting moment with somebody, so on the stream. So I thought I'd just mention it here. Um, I thought it was going to go even deeper than it did, but that's okay. And he's still rolling for a couple more songs. He said he's I've seen I haven't watched it, but I noticed that he did a 7 hour one once. You know, my longest is 5 or 6. I don't know how you would do it. I'm feeling mostly better, by the way, and the dog's laying there looking at me, but he's not getting hyper, so that's good. Anyway, before he wraps this up, and then I might not be able to play this out. I don't know if I'm exactly in the right spot, but let's see.
Dollar General sold weed. Yeah, there's one on every corner, right? It's not there yet.
He didn't have his hair forward before. So he's talking about this one song.
Yeah, Dave. Hope you get some rest. And I don't know. It's just weird. It's like it's weird to me. I don't understand how. Like, and hear me out real quick. And I know I'm not trying to get on a tangent, but this is one of the things. And I know everybody's up on the phone shit, but like Iraq war.
So basically, he was talking about a song, and then I said that I did this song when I almost lost my mother, surgery, but I meant to surgery, and Dad when I was 11. He said he wasn't sure, basically, if he should make a joke to that or not. He thought it might have been the way it was typed. I get how the yo would have been a little bit odd, but obviously, it could have been a typo, and he kind of did too. And then, what was the other thing? Oh, he thought that I was saying when my dad was 11. Either that or that's just the way his brain interpreted it. We all have such unique but similar brain structures. Anyway, I'm just trying to get to the right spot in here. In the meantime, we can chat about whatever. I will not ignore. I will not be rude. And hopefully you will be kind as well. I'm just trying to find this one spot in this video. It looks like the person left. That wasn't very kind of you, just to tune in and roll out. I mean, especially when you see that somebody hasn't been rolling very long and they have nobody else chatting with them. I mean, yeah, you might think, okay, they get a bunch of other people if they give it time, and maybe not. Or you might think, I don't know. Wow, it seems like it could still be bright out in an hour. Pretty blue sky and good now. An hour and 15 minutes, I guess. But I know that they don't need money. They just need to not decide. They just need to decide not to do it. So yeah. But that's still pretty close to 20. I know it's getting colder. In fact, yeah, it's not super windy. I don't know.
Sports and stuff, and then they go out and do it. That's how I feel it is. I'm not saying that's what it is at all. And I respect you.
Can you get to the part where you were supposed to be?
And I think just safe.
I guess I should have had it at that spot. I just went forward a little bit. Hope to find it. Hush. You will get your walk at the usual time shortly. You have everything you could ever need and want. Lots of love as well. So hush, please. Anyway, he just said lots of love. Lots of prayers go out to you. That's hard. Almost reacted as if he might have related to losing a parent young. He said his mother had him young. See, similar but different. She had him young. And he was young. Okay, so there's not a whole lot else to say to that. It was the other, and the song is deep. Oh, hi, Moses. How are you? I have something to tell you. I wasn't sure about it. You know what? I'm going to put the dog outside for a moment. It's almost 3:30 here. The area should be a little less busy. He's a hyper one sometimes, I tell you. Sorry about that. Anywho, but yeah, that lady the other night, she said, "Oh, wow, that didn't take long." And you know what's interesting is I tried to reach you back in that other chat. Don't forget to like, by the way, hit the notification bell. Thanks for the hearts. I tried to reach you back in that. Is it my what you thought? No, reach you because I wasn't. I thought I had all my clothes on my shirt, but they don't show in the other chat. But I think you had already left. Two things. One. Well, obviously you have subscribed, unless you have my channel still open on your device or whatever, because it didn't say that you had. Oh, thanks. You know, one person donated to me once because they thought I had angelic eyes. I saw his video recently, first time in ages, and there was 2 lives going at the same time on his channel, and it seemed to be playing wonky. Oh, thanks. I didn't know I'd smiled yet. I am missing a tooth, but anyway. It had to be pulled. Also, although maybe I seem to remember there being a 7 in the number, so maybe not. Although I'm confused. I searched for your channel thinking maybe you meant to subscribe and you have nothing posted on it yet, and why not? Just kidding. But it's nice that you come into people's lives, come into people's live streams and into people's lives. But when I searched it, I found other stuff too. But I seem to remember putting a 7 in the number, so maybe I typed it wrong. However, I still did find you, so that's kind of interesting. Anyway, so, well, what do we want? Thanks for the like. Well, since you're here, so maybe I'll talk a little bit about today and what I've done so far. I woke up. I've been kind of getting past a cold. I woke up not feeling great, and it was and you know, I have pre-diabetes, and sometimes I feel like things I'm feeling are connected to that, and sometimes not. And you know, I don't know what it was that I was feeling this morning that felt kind of connected to that, but it kind of did. Anyway, so I did a podcast about life and mortality and other random stuff. Oh, thank you. Sorry, Bob. It's noisy in the area right now. It's barking at passersby because the yard isn't filled in and you can hear them. Anywho, I tried to do some organizing here on the clutter on the couch. That'll have to be, I don't know. I mean, that maybe will have to be, okay. Here I actually got, here, I got some presents for us here. And they're not hot peppers either. Okay, I have some questions. And it takes care of at least some of the stuff that's on here. It doesn't make much of a dent, but some. Yeah, I've got till the weekend. Anywho, first thing is I happened to pick up a book a while back. It's readable. I don't read it very often. I don't read books very often, mostly online. And what's interesting is there's a picture of my grandparents and my dad as a baby stuffed into it. Best Christmas wishes, happiness throughout the year. So that's kind of interesting. And there's some interesting pictures in this too. Oh, thanks. I like your hood too. Anyway, we're trying to behave here. I have no filter sometimes. Anyway, I meant the hoodie that you're wearing, of course. Anywho, so I picked up this thing, and it kind of jumped out at me a very short introduction to atheism. But then I don't think I've ever really been an atheist. I'm more agnostic. So I don't know whether that means keep the book or not, but I'll put it back in the pile. I'm going to show you some images. You'll probably like them. It will be lovely. I'm going to do ones that jump out most. Oh, that's very ironic. I didn't. Oh, okay. I'm thinking of somebody else. That's very ironic. That's the second time I've thought of that agency today. He is being annoying. I might have to let him in. Just a moment here. Our dog. Because people don't want to be barked at. It's nice noise protective, but. Hey! Get in here now. Chop chop. Hopefully they didn't see me there because that looked right at the end there. That's right. It's also, there's a. All I'll say is this: is I've been avoiding it for some reasons. I miss it a little bit, but it's been a while that I've not been going because of a couple individuals and kind of one of the volunteers as well, unfortunately. But they have a meal program at a church, kind of behind our place, and they do it Monday nights. And although it feels like it's a little bit early, they do start at 4:30. It's 3:30. Almost on the dot, but I guess some of the volunteers were arriving and anybody still coming from the schools or whatever. I don't know. Okay, here's something for you. Knowing you as I do, and really confuse those that aren't very smart. Anyway, so yeah, I did a podcast. I tried to organize a little bit. Not literally, and I wouldn't. Except to cover the camera for a moment. Sorry about that. I hunted for food, which was really looking on the internet. Finally found a lunch, posted a status about it. Awesome to hear about what? Cool. Also, what did you think of that picture? Anyway, what are you saying? Good to hear that you don't hunt? And we're not talking about it if you do. It's unfortunate. And then that computer one he had too. And just and then anyway, so and then so what do you think of Josu, a boy named Josu? I'm thinking of a country song. A country song. By the way, I am musical if you have any song requests. I'm feeling mostly energetic, but boy, when I don't know, I kinda want to take him up at so cool, but G would do it when he gets home. And I know he's weird to this and that, but when it was nice out I would join and I don't know, ready and being the Mondays and yeah. But I am musical if you have any song requests. But other than that, yeah, I BNL, ironically. Yeah, I noticed that about 5 to 7 minutes ago. Thank you. Not just, but thank you. It was justified. I will say that much. The dog just laid in front of me, and I could totally walk past him, but he'd get up. Even if he was sleeping there for longer, I have a feeling he would sense me going past, and he'd get up and say, "Where are we going? Where are you taking me? Are you going to the kitchen to drop something on the floor for me, or break something again unintentionally, or are you going outside? Are we going upstairs for a nap? What are we doing?" And it's like, no, you don't have to go anywhere. I'm just going to the washroom or whatever, But latter. We're only 14 minutes in, but the latter. All steps of them, too. Sorry. But as you know, open to either. I don't know what I think about these. I'm looking for your wife in this book, by the way. Just so you know. Oh, that would be a bad one to show. Not because it's mostly because it's a stereotype. Yeah, like I hope you find her. Send her to me. I know, I know, I know. And if people are having certain thoughts about this, I did a video, a live stream a couple days ago. The still is actually has a thumbnail picture, and I talk about some of the things that some people might be thinking about when they see me doing this. Uh, and so I hope you might check that out if you feel like you know any negative or untrue emotions, because I hope that it helps make sense. So basically, we're all human, and I'm not trying to say otherwise, but a lot of us are quite beautiful too. Or might you prefer? You're like, okay, what about my husband? Uh, he's uh, he's non-binary. Okay, well, I pretty much looked through that now. I might want to look through it again, so I'll put it back in the pile. Have I done? Oh, and then the other thing is, have you ever heard of the musical Hamilton? Do you know much about it? I'm asking about something I know very little about. Although I thought this little blurb in the front might say something about it, but not that I can see. Oh, he did, eh? Oh, okay. I thought you said Disney on Ice for a moment for some weird reason. Um, yeah, I'm not going to say it here. And there was some. Um, Basically, I have been kind of reinventing myself in some ways. And so I don't go by my given name. Uh, um, and in most cases, although my step still doesn't seem to realize this, and I've told my mother once, and I think I've sent a couple messages where I signed it as the other name, or at least abbreviation of it. But well, she doesn't use my name as much as he does. Anyway, point of the matter is somebody wrong number called us the other day and asked for that name Hamilton, and yeah, my mind went here. I also went to school with one. What's it about? While you're typing that, because that might take a few moments, I have to run upstairs. I'll be back in under 5. I'll be back in underwear. Just kidding. What? The motto is not under anything. Something else is there. Very, very good. Good boy. Yep. Also, are you still there? It says nobody's watching, but sometimes that's inaccurate. And I thought that Stu had mentioned that specific name, which, I mean, all he would have had to mention was Hamilton, and I would have thought of it. But, okay, well, I'm Canadian, so I don't know if I knew about that or not. I probably did, though. Right, right, right. Are you still there? Or did you just come back, perhaps? Well, who do we got watching? I hear this in a couple different ways, but not about violence. I just want to see who's here. Is it Moises or is it somebody else? Like Jesus or possibly um, uh, Gideon? I'm sorry. Okay, cool. Yeah, I have a question for you. I know we're only 20 minutes into this. What do you think of cross-dressing or cross-dressers? Out of curiosity. And the only song that I kind of know from that one of which you speak of is this musical which we're speaking of here. I think what was I bought this book ages ago, back when I bought music books more often, um, and I think it was because I liked some of the titles, not because I had heard anything ever about it. Vocal selections, vocal line with piano accompaniment. I've never seen it worded that way. Anyway, so this song. I don't know if I could sing that lyric though. It's not terrible. It's just not accurate, and I'm very literal sometimes. So I had this uh, um, lip balm stuff I put on my lips, but some went up my nose a little bit, got on my finger, and it touched my nose. um, but yeah, I don't know if this one would really show my vocals anyway. Really, my singing vocals, and I don't know any of the other ones. But if there's one that you would suggest me learning, yeah, it's my shot. But if there's another one you'd suggest me learning, I'd love to know about it. That's very interesting that it's got so much music to tell such a story and traditional Broadway show tunes. So, are you saying that there? Before I get in my eye next, are you saying that there are other Broadway songs in this musical? Also, do you ever watch figure skating? And how about the cross-dressing question? I'll ask once more just in case you missed it. Yes, I like cross-dressing figure skaters and skateboarders. Just kidding. Well, I mean, yeah, maybe. It's quite a thick book, actually. That's what they say about me. So far, I'm not recognizing any titles from any other Broadway musicals, but if you have any other favorite musicals or just favorite music in general, feel free to mention it. But I've already asked a couple questions, so I don't want to put too much up there at once. Ha! But I use it. Sorry. Some of these songs are really long. Goodness gracious me. It's funny because there was somebody second the person there. I thought for a moment maybe I was seeing things, and maybe it was the 23. I do like one or two songs from that one musical title, yeah, but it's a spin-off of man, I'm seeing this guy right now. Actually, not quite. It's a spin-off of Wizard of Oz. Is that right? If I recall, and Hairspray. Not the one I did today, which I think was 4.5 hours long, but maybe the second longest one to that, or maybe two before that. I don't remember the exact details, but I had run away from the screen. Sorry, I'm still a little under the weather, and apparently talking. Although I took a bit of mostly a bit like a podcasting live streaming break. I did take one. Anywho, but I did do a long one like I said earlier. But and I was coming down the stairs again, and I happened to be singing, oh, look at my hair. What can compare with mine today? Ready for something radio. I never have it down or uncovered. I'm not used to seeing myself like that. If I combed it would probably be better, right? I hear that town. Thank you. I don't know why. Ninja, where are you? I'm such a hairy guy. I'm hairy noon and night. It's not very flat and nice though. Man, it's a remind you of that that guy. Did you ever see Cats the musical? Which is, I mean, I'm not in the room talking about it. And did you ever see the movie Deck the Halls, which might have music in it? Yes, you saw Cats. So what else have you seen live? Um, I was briefly thinking the way I was going, yeah. I was thinking of, I should just do that until the next person turns in. And yeah, you are great. Anyway, that guy in the black tight onesie thingy with the furry collar, he stood out compared to the other ones, and he was extra sensual. I forget what his name was. And then, yeah, the movie Deck the Halls, and then West Side Story I've heard of. You are a little such and such, aren't you? A little something, something around the edges. Just kidding. I think most of us are at least a little bit. Anyway, some of us are a lot of it. Anywho, notice how I said most people. Most people and most you peeps, you. But oh, I know a song from that, but I haven't heard it in ages. Well, there's Argentina, I believe, but then is Think of Me from there? Think of Me and Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again? Wishing you were somehow here again. Wishing you were somehow near. Sometimes it seems if I just dream, maybe it can be here. Something like that. Wishing I could hear your voice again. Knowing that some ways I never will. Da 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 da. Why can't the past just die? No more memory, no more wasted years. I don't sing a cappella very often. You're not saying anything about my singing. What's up on it? Just kidding. But I'm sure you're just in awe. You're like, speechless. Lady Gaga. Meat dress. Weird. Well, that's just weird. Oh, that's actually kind of interesting. OMG, OMG. Do you know any James Blunt? And I'll ask one more time. Third time's the pitch. Charming deck. No, 1 3. But yeah, what I saw. I was in Annie as a kid. I was in kind of mixed one that did stuff from Greece and one singular sensation. Every little move you make, diddly diddly do. One thrilling combination. Da, 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 da. One look and suddenly nobody else will do. Boom, ba-dum, ba-dum. Yeah, you got it. I'm hoping that you're liking my singing, even if I ain't singing show. Singing show? But yeah, and Joseph. Oh boy, Joseph, what you gonna do? We're gonna say what you gonna do. There's one more angel in heaven. There's one more star in the sky. Oh, Joseph, the things that you stood for, like truth and love never die. Joseph will never forget you. My eye. This is great. You're getting me singing a lot of little snippets, which is quite lovely. Because sometimes I'm not doing as much music as I would like to do in the podcast because I'm just rambling about other stuff. Any non-musical favorites? I guess you've never seen that movie. It's okay. You're too busy going to the theater. So where are you watching from, by the way? Have you ever been to buy the records from it? Okay, cool. A lot of people do. I'm really surprised that you have. Did I say I was a musician in the chat? In the other chat, maybe that's why you're like, yes, I'm not surprised. Okay, have you ever been to Canada? And also, welcome to the other person that just tuned in. And also, same question there, perhaps. Clara Walker, hello, welcome. How are you? Yeah, that name is slightly familiar, but also somewhat of a common name. How, first time to the channel? How'd you come across it? So you're both from Florida. Do you know each other? Whitney. I have to top up my water, but I don't want to go past the dog. Do you have a favorite crush? All of them, including Orange Ginger Crush. I know, son, you're being good. I just want a water, okay? I just want a water. That's all I ask for in life. Hey, good boy. You can go lay down again and be good, okay? Thank you. Appreciate it. Do I have a favorite crush? Who doesn't? Clara, curious if it's your first time to the channel, how you came across the channel. You might have a crush on me. Who knows? Could be. You might have one too. It seems like it. Anyway, Clara, don't forget to also like, and the third person, that would be lovely as well. So yeah. I was also there's a theater festival that I quite enjoy, and it's in lots of different places. Lots of different places, I tell you. Have any of you ever been to the Fringe Festival? Now, not related to that at all. I don't think I want to do this one song, but there was. Hey, yeah, I came on one of your chats a while back. Did you? Must have been a couple of years ago. I mean, like I say, vaguely familiar, but I thought you were from somebody else's chat. Really? What kind of stuff do you post about, Clara? Oh, I didn't think it was going to go right to the tab. Not much, no videos. Jesus. Oh, yes. You're the Jesus girl. Of course. Now let me go back to the live stream. And why not? You're the only Jesus girl there is. Just kidding. No, okay, yeah. It was in the morning a few weeks back. I was doing stuff in the kitchen. Jackie was there. I'm a little bit worried about her. Haven't seen her since. But she really seemed to like me. She watched 2 or 3 streams and chatted. I don't know. She just, I was talking about certain things, but you may have left before that point. And I don't know if she just couldn't not think of her mother's passing when we talked, because we talked about that and something else. But then there's also another detail which you think would bring it back. And it's not like I talk about death all the time. Every other podcast, maybe. No. But, yeah, so I think I kind of remember that now. By the way, one of both of us, me and Moises, may not be joking, just so you know. Just so you know. And don't forget to like, by the way. And how's your day going? Okay, actually, you both are still here. Cool. And yeah, Fringe Festival, good stuff. Why was I mentioning it? Oh, theater, right. Duh. And then also, either of you know about James Blunt or Enrique Iglesias or Gabriel Iglesias? Yeah, I have been, and don't forget to like, it's not stuck yet. Or it hasn't, oh, just kidding. I'm doing okay. I had a cold for the past 2 or 3 days. Still kind of feel that a little bit. I've done lots of podcasts, live streaming. I've looked for lunch to order. I ordered it. I ate it. I've watched some live streams. I've enjoyed the sun while staying warm inside. I've sent a couple messages. Okay, much love. Oh, I don't know if I'm the best, but maybe one of the best. So, yeah, unfortunately, the submissions, they're not taking new submissions. So Sam and Justina, you won't be able to join that thing. But they should look anyway, just in case there's any cancellations. Well, I'm glad that when you said you had to leave Josu briefly. You didn't leave for very long, or you were available again pretty quickly in all your messages. I appreciate it. I'm like, no, I was coming to check out you. In which case, if there's other notification comments that you've sent me, I haven't noticed them yet. So, and if you haven't, get busy. Appreciate it. I'm tired. Like, go to sleep then. Well, you know what? In about 30 or 45 minutes, G and the GNC will be home. We'll walk the dog, visit for a little bit, and then probably have a nap. And then get up and figure out dinner and what I might want to watch with it, just the two of us and the dog, and then eat it, and then drink and be merry. And then after that, he will do his fitness thing and music stuff and more dog walking, and then bed. And I'm looking forward to it, I tell you, because I just said it. That's what I told you. No, because I'm really looking forward to Thursday or Friday. I have a plan on the weekend. I'm going to get some goodies on the 12th from a hamper, and then which I'm very, very thankful for. And then on the 17th, I'm going to be going to something kind of interesting, an Indigenous pipe ceremony and holiday feast. So, yeah, got some exciting things coming up, which is, a lot of times things feel kind of bland and boring lately, and I try to be thankful, but it's just been a slower point in life. But yeah, not necessarily things because of the holidays, but by the way, I'm sure we'll talk again before Christmas. It's 24 days away. But whether you celebrate or not, seasons, well, I think one of you probably does because you're religious, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, season's greetings. Happy holidays to you. If you have a favorite Christmas song, let me know. I can do it now. I can do it some other time between now and then. I've said it in a couple of my videos recently, and I'm feeling a little bit lightheaded, but because of being under the weather. But I'm really usually heavy-headed. But anyway, heavy-hitting. But what was this one? Anyway, I am also here for a good time and hopefully a little bit, a decently long time. I'm also here for any money you want to send, all the love and comments, of course, as well. And over the holidays, if you're lonely or isolated or simply stressed and feel the need to talk, let's talk. Clara, is it you that we still have watching? I think Moises left. Cool. Ever seen the movie Deck the Halls? There's another one I almost watched, but I'm going to wait a little bit, and I don't know if I should ask you about it. Just because I'm religious. I'm not meaning to sound judgy or anything, but Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick. There's other movies like it. Maybe that, because I don't know how they make this a plot. And maybe you've seen other movies like this you might like to mention. I'm just going to turn on the light in the living room here because it's clouded up a smidgen. I have enjoyed the sun coming through the window, though. It's true. The concept is basically two neighbors trying to out-decorate or out-light the other one for Christmas. As opposed to what it should be like, okay, you have nice decorations, I have nice decorations. You don't have nice decorations, where's your nice decorations? Have you seen any movies like that, though? Because I know there's more than one. I know it. I just don't know what ones they are. Can't think of them at the moment. Ooh, that's fun. I don't know. To me, it sounds a little bit lame, and how can you base a story on it? But I'm glad you said you think it's fun. Maybe I should watch it and let you know how they did it. But can we talk for a moment about this is a very big topic, but for a few minutes at least. Triggers, like associations that the mind makes that, some of them are good, but the ones that are a little bit less comfortable or more distressing or whatever, what are your thoughts about them? What are your suggestions in coping when you're feeling triggered, getting past them? And then if anything comes to mind based on what you said, I'll give it back. I'll get back with some ideas. But at the moment, I'm not really sure. Hence why I sometimes struggle with it. Like, it's not so much that he was in the movie Matilda. Like, that was a decent movie. And him and his wife are a cute couple. And I don't know much about Natalie Broderick, but the DVD player that we have, actually, I can't watch it. That's the other thing. So that's what I was wanting to know from people, actually, is if it's worthwhile to keep it in case I might get a way to play it down the road, because I tried it in our machine. It was one of those discs that, I'm not in that room, that full screen format, and the other side doesn't specify, but it must be normal, whatever they call it. Anyway, they didn't play. We have one of those cool TVs where you can, let's see it in here, you can put in VHS or movie. And that reminds me of a very cool short little video I did last night. But yeah, so I spent $5 or $10 on it. I might just donate it somewhere or something. Somebody would say give it somebody for Christmas. Sorry. We don't have a lot of living local family. We're not doing a lot of Christmas shopping. We don't have a lot of money. We don't drive, blah, blah, blah. We're keeping it simple. We're keeping it quiet. I have seen my mother and my step recently. I know G would like to see them, but I'm not sure. He really kind of embarrassed me last time we went out for lunch, although he did try and write it, but only because my mother kind of said something and then I kind of said something too. And he was mostly good. The time before I'd seen him, and since his strokes, I thought he'd kind of, his big personality kind of softened a little bit. Not saying that, I'm a big personality in some ways, but yeah, it really did for the most part. And I don't like that he calls me emoji. He doesn't know any better, but I think that he might not. What do you think about that? As someone who's a religious person, out of curiosity, so I'm asking a lot of curious questions, but when somebody either changes their name or gender or is non-binary or is trans or, just goes by something other than their given name, like we could say it's a middle name. We could. I don't know if he'd know any different, but if he communicated with my mother, and sometimes he seems to, and sometimes he doesn't, he would know it's not. Anywho. But yeah, triggers. Believe it or not, there's a room in our house that I kind of avoid. Because even though that play that I worked on did debut online, there was some up and downs in the process. I mean, it was my first time doing that kind of thing. So when I think about that, maybe I need to also remember that when I think about how I'm not likely to get an enter Fringe and say, okay, but you know what? If I did, it would just be me and G, and I can rely on that, I feel like, mostly. I don't think Moises is still here. I'm curious who the other person is watching. Sorry if I'm hard to keep up with. You're like, I'm trying. I'm working on a comment. Your blabbering is distracting me. I'll stop in a moment. But yeah, and just send what you got so far. I don't mind, and then keep working on it and tweaking it. Don't judge yourself too much. I'm sure that you'll say things in kind. I don't know you very well, but and that's the most important thing to me. And you're not a troll or anything, so I appreciate it. I'm starting to get a bit congested, but anywho, yeah. So basically, and they did a lot of the work for it in that room, and it just didn't. It wasn't as big a thing as I'd hoped it would be. And then what was the other thing? Me and G have watched some stuff in there. That's been nice. He's got a plant that he's had for quite a long time that's not doing very well in there. Something else. Well, we moved some stuff from that closet, some very interesting stuff into that room. There was something else, and I can't remember what it was. But so, yeah. Uh, so it's kind of like I try not to go into that room. I'm good enough with the rest of the house, to be honest. But every now and then, when I want to watch a DVD or in a movie, it's kind of like. But yes, very much looking forward to the weekend and the filmmakers conference thingamajiggy, and the networking and the food and the presentations. It's gonna be great. Just know it. So, yep. Okay. I'll hush up and let you comment. I mean, you seem to be doing pretty well so far, but I was talking about a lot of big things and rambling a lot. So, and I'm used to myself, although I noticed it. I did. Just emptying this bottle into this one. Whew. Second person. If you don't want to chat, because that's really what I love and what it's about. I mean, I'm glad if you're enjoying listening. I truly am. But I'm really wondering what you're thinking. And if it's anything negative or judgmental, hide this channel from yourself and don't watch. You don't have to. Not making you. But if you are enjoying it, glad you're here. No need to be shy. I don't know how I'm going to. Like I say, I'm probably just going to have to toss a lot of that stuff in a bag. I mean, seriously. That's going to be the easiest solution. And then I'll look at the table a little bit, but I did make some progress there. And then that, I don't know. There's a lot of shelves. So therefore, there's a lot of stuff on it. I like the way the third from the bottom looks. It's mostly neatly stacked. I think that's really the thing that would need to be done most is just kind of tidying up those stacks. I would say as far as triggers, honestly, time is keyed out. I appreciate that answer. I don't know if I would say that I agree, simply because I have held on to some things. For what was it? I did hear something recently though, like if it's people, I heard it just today actually. If it's people based, it can be a hard one, but it spoke around forgiveness as well, and it's kind of like, it's kind of about how whether we know or just can presume what they may have went through as a person growing up. Whether we could say, well, if they went through anything like what I went through in a certain way, or, well, maybe it's because something like this happened to them, then we can have some understanding and some empathy. I mean, empathy, I'm a very empathic person. But, I mean, there are people that are just idiots, JERKSs, that just are, you know, trying to make things difficult. If they get something out of it, I don't know what, and I think they should work on themselves, and not make life unpleasant. Not make themselves unpleasant to be around. That's a good way to put it. But as far as like I've carried on, I've carried a lot of things with me that are just, I guess they're not healed. That's a big part of it. Finding the ways to heal. So I'm gonna, I'm a pretty rare person, but I'm gonna try to be more aware of when they pop up, like that room. Like, I mean, I could tell myself, okay, well, that play that I worked on there, it was at least a partial success. But I haven't had as many successes as I would like lately, or as I needed even in the past while. And when you get a vision in your head of what something's gonna look like, it's hard when it doesn't. It's very disappointing, and I guess you kind of long or grieve for what it could have been, and that upset. I didn't think I was going to get emotional like this, but anyway, that upset kind of comes back again when you. So a lot of times we do this avoidance thing, right? I know I do, you know. But as far as one step at a time, it's helpful to know what the steps are. How do we identify them? You know, it's very interesting that you pray, but you also ask for advice from friends. Because let's admit, we all need, fellow people. We all need each other, uh, and we all can learn and gain something from each other. And sometimes we don't know how much we might need somebody and how much they might need us. Um, and um, so it's not just about God; it's about the people in your life that God has given you. And I like how you realize that. I mean, a lot of religious people, they do have friends and they appreciate their friends, but it sounds like you really value the advice of your friends, and that's a very great thing. So, right on. And I think you were here to hear all of that because it's been saying to the whole time. So you're like, yeah, I was so emotional and well said. Typing through tears. Just kidding, just kidding. But maybe, who knows? Anyway, um, so yeah, I may have answered my own question, and you helped. You helped. I will say that I may have answered my own question to look at what haven't I healed from? What haven't we as people healed from in certain situations or about certain people? Is there anything we can do about it? Has it been too long ago? Do we think it might not work? Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. He has an interesting example about this recently. And otherwise, how can you heal? I mean, well, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I mean, we should always be trying to give the good to each other. That's what we want. That's what we should put out there, and we should try and help people as much as we can. Have a great day, by the way. But yeah, you know, there are things that only we perhaps can you know bring that healing about. So, like this event on the weekend, I'm sure it's going to be great. And then I'll see like the film and we like with me like being a part of it, like I mostly want to be in a better way than oh well, I did this thing, but it only debuted online. It had a couple cast members, but we never got a venue. We never had an audience to perform for. It is what it is, right? I guess I should also be happy that at least my dream kind of came true because I know what it's like for myself, and many other people also will know what it's like when sometimes it don't. So, anyway, I think I'm going to wrap up now. I would love to have done that song. I did do some singing. It is a deep song. There's a theme behind it, but it's a beautiful song. I just say go look at James Blunt music. That's all I'll say. He's got some good stuff. Okay, wrapping up. Talk to you later. Thank you, Clara and Moises.